When you're sat at home drinking your hot steaming mug of coffee, you might not think about where it comes from. It grows inside cherries, on trees, and is hand-picked usually by farming families on small pieces of land on high plains and mountainsides in countries between the tropics. 25 million families around the world rely on coffee as their main source of income. Most of these families work on very small family-owned farms, surrounded by coffee and food crops. Coffee is their life. In its current form, coffee farming is unsustainable. That's because the price of coffee has been below the cost of production for most of the last 5 years. And ethical certifications barely cover these costs either. The price paid to them is based on what's called the commodity market. The commodity market is a tool used to trade coffee as well as other items like oil or gold. The commodity market creates the price used by most traders to buy and sell coffee, but it has no relation to the cost of production of coffee or to the quality of the coffee that is produced beyond a minimum standard, and I'd say not a very tasty standard at that. The commodity price for coffee has not met the average production cost of $1.55 for most of the past 5 years, and historically on and off for a longer period of time. With such a low price per unit, farmers have to increase the volume of coffee that they can sell to be able to make ends meet. To do this, they have to deforest areas of land to plant more coffee, to be able to earn more money, to be able to eat. They don't have any other way of generating income, just the land that they earn to live off. You can imagine this doesn't create a great quality of life. So it shouldn't be a surprise that as children grow up, they want to escape the farms, move to the city in search of more profitable opportunities and happier lives. This means the average age of coffee farmers is increasing drastically and will continue to do so until coffee farming becomes a viable business option. As consumers, what can we do to make farming more attractive for coffee growers and the next generation? If you're looking to buy coffee sustainably, traceability is a really great start, but it's not the final answer. Knowing who's growing your coffee or their farm name doesn't actually tell you whether they've been paid a good price for that coffee. But it's only a step away from transparency, and that's the communication of the price that's been paid for that coffee, exclusive of margin and costs. And as a consumer, if you can't see these prices, ask for them. At Pact, we publish the price we pay for every single coffee in our annual corporate social responsibility report, which you can find on our website. Just one example of our sourcing ethos is our relationship with Asoma Prisma in Huila, Colombia, a collective of farming women who run over 20 neighbouring farms with their families. The families were selling their coffee to the commodity market at a low price and experiencing a low standard of living. I met with the group and we discussed how they could move their production to specialty to begin being rewarded by the associated cost. We guaranteed to buy that coffee from them. 3 years on, Asoma Prisma produce a group lot as well as individual microlots from each of the farm. The volumes of coffee that they are able to sell as specialty have increased, and they no longer rely on the commodity market price to dictate their annual income. By paying these great prices, farmers can have a great life without having to increase the size of their farms. In fact, the inverse is true. One great example is Gilberto, who owns Zarroca in Brazil. He's actually started using some of the premiums paid by Pact for his coffee to buy back land that was previously deforested to grow sugarcane. He's replanted that land on a scale that's visible on Google Earth. We can change the poverty, lack of opportunity, and environmental impact caused by coffee farming by transparently paying great prices for great coffee and not just using ethical stamps that may not be scratching the surface.
1, 2, 3, 4, ¡acción!
Gracias por tomar nuestro café.